We have solved this problem by using Rauthian function. It helps us to reduce the number of degrees of freedom. This is the main advantage of using Rauthian function. But one can use Lagrangian formulation to solve this problem. In this module, we can use the Hamilton's equations of motion, which has been already discussed in other modules of this chapter, to solve this problem also. In this module, we shall use Hamilton's equations of motion to solve some physical problems. First, consider example 1. Use the method of ignorable coordinates to reduce the degrees of freedom of a spherical pendulum to 1. A spherical pendulum is a simple pendulum of length L which can move through the entire space about the point of suspension. The bob of the pendulum moves on the surface of a sphere whose radius is equal to the length of the pendulum. Let L, theta and phi be the position of the bob at time t in spherical polar coordinate system. Let h be the height of the bob from the horizontal plane. The figure of this problem can be found in previous chapter, that is module 4 of chapter 3. Here also you can found the sketch of the problem. P, L, theta, phi be the position of the bob of the pendulum of mass m. It is at the height h from the horizontal. L is the length of the string of the pendulum. Theta and phi are the two generalized coordinates as L is constant being the length. Now, potential energy of this system is given by capital V equal to m into g into h. Here g is the acceleration due to gravity. Therefore, potential energy capital V equal to m into g into L minus L into cos pi minus theta. This gives capital V equals to m g L into 1 plus cos theta. Kinetic energy is given by T equal to half m L theta dot square plus L sin theta phi dot its square equal to half m L square into theta dot square plus sin square theta phi dot square. Now, Lagrangian of the system is given by L equal to difference between the kinetic energy and potential energy in a holonomic dynamical system. So, here L equal to T minus V equal to half ml square into theta dot square plus sin square theta phi dot square minus mgl into 1 plus cos theta. Clearly, in the expression of L, phi is absent, but phi dot is present. So, phi is a cyclic coordinate. Therefore, del capital L del phi dot equal to P phi equal to constant. If we take the constant as beta phi, then we have P phi equal to beta phi. This gives m L square sin square theta phi dot equal to beta phi, or phi dot equal to beta phi divided by m L square sin square theta. Now, Rauthian function is given by capital R equal to capital L minus summation I equal to 1 to j beta k q k dot equal to capital L minus beta phi phi dot equal to half m L square into theta dot square plus sin square theta phi dot square minus mgl into 1 plus cos theta minus beta phi into phi dot. Therefore, R equal to half ml square into theta dot square plus beta phi square divided by m square L to the power 4 sin square theta minus mgl into 1 plus cos theta minus beta phi square divided by ml square sin square theta. Here we have used the relation between phi dot and beta phi. Thus, R becomes capital R equal to half m L square theta dot square minus half beta phi square m L square sin square theta minus mgl into 1 plus cos theta. Therefore, capital R is a function of theta, phi dot and beta phi. The equation of motion can be written as ddt of del capital R del theta dot minus del capital R del theta equal to 0. As Rauthian R can be treated as Lagrangian, we have already proved this. Therefore, m L square theta double dot minus beta phi square cos theta divided by m L square sin cube theta minus mgl sin theta equal to 0. Please note that in this equation only one generalized coordinate theta is present. So, the above equation can be interpreted as representing a system with single degree of freedom. We have started the system with 2 degrees of freedom, theta and phi, but now it becomes a system having a single degree of freedom. Thus, 1 degree of freedom has been reduced. There are another formulation of classical mechanics which is known as Hamiltonian mechanics. It helps us to obtain simple type of equations of motion which are Hamilton's equations of motion. Using Hamilton's equations of motion, different types of simple problems have been solved. We have obtained the solution of such equations in this module. Example 2. Obtain the equation of motion of a simple pendulum using Hamiltonian function. In the first example, we have used the Rauthian function. Here, we shall use another function which is nothing but the Hamiltonian function. For a simple pendulum, theta is the only generalized coordinate. The velocity of the ball or bob is L into theta dot, acting perpendicular to OP, where L is the length of the string of the pendulum. Here, the kinetic energy is given by T equal to half m L into theta dot square. M is the mass of the ball. A simple pendulum oscillating in a vertical plane constitute a conservative holonomic dynamical system. This helps us to obtain the Lagrangian of the system. Potential energy is given by capital V equal to m into g into h, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, equal to m into g into L into 1 minus cos theta. Therefore, Lagrangian of this system is given by L equal to difference between kinetic energy and potential energy. So, we have L equal to capital T minus capital V equal to half m L theta dot square minus m g L into 1 minus cos theta. The sketch of the physical problem can be found in previous chapter, that is module 4 of chapter 3. Since the system is cladonomous and conservative, so Hamiltonian H can be written as sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Therefore, H equal to half m L theta dot square plus m g L into 1 minus cos theta. Now, generalized momentum P theta is given by P theta equal to del L del theta dot. Therefore, P theta equal to m L square into theta dot. From this, one can get theta dot as theta dot equal to P theta divided by m into L square. Therefore, Hamiltonian H can be written in terms of theta and P theta as H equal to half m into L square into P theta divided by m L square its whole square plus m g L into 1 minus cos theta. This can be written as H equal to half P theta square divided by m L square plus m g L into 1 minus cos theta. Thus, we have H is a function of generalized coordinate theta and generalized momenta p theta. You can find the sketch of the physical problem here also. Hamilton's equations of motion are given by theta dot equal to del H del p theta equal to p theta divided by m L square. This gives p theta equal to m L square theta dot and p theta dot equal to minus del H del capital theta equal to minus m g L sin theta. Therefore, m L square theta double dot equal to minus m g L sin theta, or theta double dot equal to minus g divided by L into sin theta, which is nearly equal to minus g divided by L into theta. When the angular displacement theta is very small, then sin theta is nearly equal to theta. So, we get theta double dot is nearly equal to minus g divided by L into theta. One can find the time period, which is given by 2 pi into root over L divided by g. G is the acceleration due to gravity. Example 3. For a dynamical system, Hamiltonian capital H is given by capital H equal to Q1 into P1 minus Q2 into P2 minus AQ1 square plus BQ2 square. Find Q1, Q2, P1, P2 in terms of time t. We shall use Hamilton's equations of motion to solve this problem. Hamilton's equations of motion give Q1 dot equal to del capital H del P1 equal to Q1. If we integrate this, then we get Q1 equal to C e to the power t. C is the integrating constant. Hamilton's equations are basically symmetric except the change of sign. So, P1 dot equal to minus del H del Q1 equal to minus P1 plus 2A Q1, or P1 dot plus P1 equal to 2A into C into e to the power t. We have used the value of Q1 already obtained. If we multiply both sides by the integrating factor e to the power t, then we get ddt of P1 into e to the power t equal to 2A capital C e to the power 2t. Integrating this, we get P1 equal to A into C into e to the power t plus capital D into e to the power minus t. Here D is the integrating constant. Now, Hamilton's equations of motion for the coordinate Q2 gives Q2 dot equal to del capital H del P2 equal to minus Q2. On integration, this gives Q2 equal to capital A e to the power minus t. Capital A is the integrating constant. Hamilton's equations also gives P2 dot equal to minus del capital H del Q2 equal to P2 minus 2B into Q2 equal to P2 minus 2 capital A B e to the power minus t. We have used the result for Q2 already obtained. Therefore, P2 dot minus P2 equal to minus 2AB e to the power minus t. Multiplying both sides by the integrating factor e to the power minus t, we get d dt of P2 e to the power minus t equal to minus 2 capital A B e to the power minus 2t, which on integration gives P2 equal to capital A into B e to the power minus t plus capital B into e to the power t, capital B equal to constant. Next example. Hamiltonian of a dynamical system is given by capital H equal to half summation I equal to 1 to 3 pi square plus mu square qi square, where pi and qi are the n generalized momenta and generalized coordinates respectively. Mu is a constant. We have to show that capital F1 equal to Q2P3 minus Q3P2 and capital F2 equal to mu into Q1 cos mu t minus P1 sin mu t are constants of motion. Here Hamiltonian H is given by H equal to half P1 square plus P2 square plus P3 square plus mu square Q1 square plus mu square Q2 square plus mu square Q3 square. Since the summation runs for I equal to 1 to 3, F1 is given by F1 equal to Q2P3 minus Q3P2 equals to capital F1 function of Q2 Q3 P2 P3. We have to prove that F1 is a constant of motion, that is, we have to prove d capital F1 dt equal to 0. Now, d capital F1 dt equal to del capital F1 del Q2 into Q2 dot plus del capital F1 del Q3 into Q3 dot plus del capital F1 del P2 into P2 dot plus del capital F1 del P3 into P3 dot. Since d capital F1 dt equal to del capital F1 del Q2 into del Q2 del t plus del capital F1 del Q3 into del Q3 del t plus del capital F1 del P2 into del P2 del t plus del capital F1 del P3 into del P3 del t. Thus, we have d capital F1 dt equal to del capital F1 del Q2 del capital H del P2 plus del capital F1 del Q3 del capital H del P3 minus del capital F1 del P2 del capital H del Q2 minus del capital F1 del P3 del capital H del Q3. Here we have used Hamilton's equations of motion. Thus, d capital F1 dt equals to P3 into P2 minus P2 into P3 plus Q3 into mu square into Q2 minus Q2 into mu square into Q3. Therefore, d capital F1 dt equal to 0. After evaluating the derivative from the expression of capital F1, we have used it and obtained these results. So, capital F1 is a constant. Again, capital F2 equal to mu into Q1 cos mu t minus P1 sin mu t equal to capital F2 function of Q1, P1 and t. Therefore, d capital F2 dt equal to del capital F2 del Q1 into Q1 dot plus del capital F2 del P1 into P1 dot plus del capital F2 del t. Using Hamilton's equations, we have d capital F2 dt equal to del capital F2 del Q1 del capital H del P1 minus del capital F2 del P1 into del capital H del Q1 plus del capital F2 del t. After evaluating the derivatives and putting in this expression, we get d capital F2 dt equal to P1 into mu into cos mu t plus Q1 into mu square to sin mu t minus Q1 into mu square sin mu t minus P1 into mu into cos mu t. Therefore, d capital F2 dt equal to 0. So, F2 equal to constant. Another example, a particle of mass m is constant to move on the surface of a cylinder. The particle is subjected to a force directed towards the origin and proportional to the distance of the particle from the origin. Construct the Hamiltonian and obtain the Hamilton's equations of motion. Also show that the motion is simple harmonic in z direction. Let P function of capital R, phi and z be the position of the particle at time t where OP equal to small r. Then small r square equal to capital R square plus capital Z square. Sketch of the problem has been shown in figure 4.3. You can get the relation between small r and capital R from this figure. P is the position of the particle of mass small m. The positional coordinates of P are capital R, phi and z. If capital V be the potential energy, then minus dV dr equal to minus k into small r. Here k is a positive constant. This on integration gives capital V equal to k divided by 2 into small r square plus integrating constant. If we put the value of small r in terms of capital R and Z already obtained, then we have capital V equal to k divided by 2 into capital R square plus capital Z square plus constant. Now, kinetic energy is given by T equal to m divided by 2 into capital R dot square plus capital R square into phi dot square plus Z dot square. As R is constant, so we have capital T equal to m divided by 2 capital R square into phi dot square plus Z dot square. Therefore, Lagrangian of the system is capital L equal to capital T minus capital V. Putting the value of T and V, we get capital L equal to m divided by 2 into capital R square into phi dot square plus Z dot square minus k divided by 2 into capital R square plus Z square minus constant. Since phi is absent from Lagrangian L but phi dot is present, so phi is clearly a cyclic coordinate. So p phi equal to del capital L del phi dot equal to constant. This gives m capital R square phi dot equal to p phi equal to constant. Thus, we have phi dot equal to p phi divided by small m into capital R square. Similarly, we have pz equal to del capital L into del z dot equal to m into z dot, or z dot equal to pz divided by m. As the particle moves in a conservative field and the field is scleronomers, so Hamiltonian H is equal to sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Therefore, H equal to m divided by 2 capital R square phi dot square plus Z dot square plus k divided by 2 capital R square plus Z square plus constant equal to m divided by 2 capital R square p phi square divided by m square capital R to the power 4 plus pz square divided by m square plus k divided by 2 capital R square plus Z square plus constant. Therefore, H equal to half p phi square divided by small m into capital R square plus pz square divided by small m plus k by 2 into capital R square plus Z square plus constant. Now, Hamilton's equations of motion are given by phi dot equal to del capital H del p phi equal to p phi divided by m into capital R square. This gives p phi equal to m capital R square into phi dot. P phi dot equal to minus del capital H del phi equal to 0 or p phi equal to constant. Z dot equal to del capital H del pz equal to pz divided by m. This gives pz equal to m into z dot and pz dot equal to minus del h del z equal to minus k into z. From equations 1 and 2, we have m capital R square phi dot equal to constant. On the other hand, equations 3 and 4 give m z double dot equal to minus kz or z double dot equal to minus k divided by m into z. If we put k divided by m equal to omega square, then we have z double dot equal to minus omega square into z. As omega square is a positive quantity, so one can say that the pendulum moves in a simple harmonic way. So the motion is simple harmonic in z direction. We are going to start module 4 of chapter 4. In this module, we shall discuss the different applications of Hamiltonian mechanics. So far, we have discussed about the reformulation of classical mechanics, which is based on Lagrangian and known as Hamiltonian mechanics. Hamiltonian mechanics helps us to obtain two first-order equations, which is known as Hamilton's equations. This describes the equations of motion in a very simple, fascinating way. Now, we are interested to use these equations to solve some physical problems of classical mechanics.